Welcome back to this special edition of the Broad Street Sports Podcast with the every other Wednesday segment with Michael Spinoza. What's going on, man?
What's up, Zach?
So today we're going to be opening some brand new packs. I'm going to be opening this 2016 Tops. I'm going to be opening sections of it throughout just so it can save more time and see if we can get some money on these cards we're selling. So check out that new Instagram. What is it again?
Uh, let me go check. That's not good. Spino Sports Card.
Yeah, make sure to check it out because we're putting cards up there, and if you're interested in any of them, just make sure to send Spino a DM, and we'll work on a price. So you want to start off by opening some packs while we'll discuss some
Yeah. I'm
football?
opening
Good,
some Heritage High Number,
very nice. So while you're cracking that open, I know you obviously saw Kelsey retiring. What are your thoughts on that?
and we're gonna lose a big piece in that
Yeah,
offense.
yeah, definitely, and it's gonna hurt for sure because he was the embodiment of not only the team but the city of Philadelphia as a whole. Like he was one of
Oh
the
yeah,
yeah, he was one of the like groundbreaking guys. Like he represented what Philly was and what we tried to build here. So
we got a nice rookie, Josh Young, up and
nice.
coming star.
He played a huge part in their World Series run and win this year.
Yeah, he did.
And then opening my 2016, I got a Buster Posey, San Francisco Giants. So
Sweet.
yeah, he hasn't played in a minute, but it's always cool to see that. So and then I got a Aaron Sanchez, old pitcher for the Blue Jays. So yeah. So who do you got out of the next pack?
Let's see. Two Reds to start it off. Vince Velasquez. Oh, Aaron Judge and Stanton.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
McKinley Moore for the Phillies. Rookie.
oh, that's cool. Yeah, so opening mine.
No,
Go. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying that was
Uh,
nothing really crazy.
yeah. And then I got Eric Hosmer, an old Royals card. So, and then I got a Ryan Braun, and I got a couple good ones here. I got a David Robertson, White Sox, uh, an Anthony Rizzo, Cubs, and I got a Jeurys Familia, Mets.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Kelsey moment? Jason Kelsey moment?
My favorite Jason Kelsey moment.
Yeah.
In the past couple years, it's when he tried to impersonate Miles Sanders' dance when he did the
That
NC
was
charity. That was funny, but just like the type of person he was, it's like he made Philadelphia his home. He loved it to the very end, and he's gonna be the type of person he probably will stay in Philly the rest of his life.
yeah.
hmm And then you want to talk a little about hockey while we're opening some more packs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Walker just got traded.
Yeah, Flyers made a big trade today with trading Sean Walker to the Avalanche, and I don't get me wrong, it sucks seeing him go because he was great this season, but to get a first round pick for him is amazing.
Oh yeah.
hmm So,
Starting off with a Velati,
oh,
Hank Aaron,
damn, all right,
Matt Verling, Notre Dame.
not really nice.
Yeah, Notre Dame product.
All right, so opening my next ones, I got a to Carlos Stanton Marlins.
Oof.
Oh, look at this one. I got a Ryan Howard Phillies.
Ooh, Ryan Howard.
Final
He,
season as a Philly too, and then he
he was
retired.
my
Yeah.
favorite Philly.
Favorite Philly? Nice.
Yeah.
Mine was probably Rollins, Jimmy Rollins. Can't go wrong with him.
No.
And I actually met Ryan Howard down the shore. So
Really? Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That was pretty.
hmm And then I also got oh snap, this dude hasn't played in a minute, but Alex Gordon. I just remember him in 2015 just destroying the Mets in that World Series. What do you got out of that next pack?
We got a numbered card, 177 out of 274. It's like refractor. This is what like the normal cards look like. That's a normal card, and this is numbered
Wow,
card.
very nice. And
Yeah.
then I got the panda himself, Pablo Sandoval.
Ooh.
I don't know if you saw it, but did you see him his transformation between the last time he played and now what he looks like now? He's completely in shape now. It's actually
Yeah.
insane. And then I got a Josh Donaldson, Blue Jays. And then oh snap, I got a rookie, Michael Franco.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's insane. So, what do you got in your next pack?
Um, a four-player Washington the Rangers. It's Jacob DeGrom, Corey Seager, Josh Jung, and Garcia.
Very nice. So, and then talking a little bit more about the Flyers, what do you think they should do? Do you think they should any more trades they should make, or any more people they should get?
I think you should just let the young guys play, see what you
Yeah,
got in them.
I think you should. They have to go get another goalie though, because
Yeah.
Earson, don't get me wrong, he's been playing great in the role of in the absence of Carter Hart, but they need another guy back there because if you having concerns with your backup goalie, you're not going to win in the playoffs because the playoffs are 7 game series. Your goalie can't play all 7 games. You have to have guys.
No. Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, all right, and my next one I got a Brett Lowry, Athletics. I got a Cole Calhoun, Angels, and then I got a Hunter Pence. Giants
Hunter Pence.
legend and Phillies
He's
legend.
he's doing the radio for the Giants or the broadcasting.
That's cool. So what do you got in your next pick?
2022 NL MVP award winner Goldschmidt,
Nice.
TC Schmidt for the Giants,
So that's cool. Uh, and
yeah,
then I
not really crazy.
yeah I got a young Kevin Gausman. Look at this.
Oh,
And then I got the legend himself, John Lester.
sweet.
And then I got Phil's legend, Jonathan Papelbon.
Oh, him and Harper had that little fight.
Yeah, bro. I remember that. That was funny. I'll never forget when like Harper, I forget who it was against, but it was like I remember the guy like he fought the Giants pitcher, Harper when he was on the Nationals, like the Giants
Oh, when he
pitcher.
threw his helmet and it went like to right field.
Yeah, and he like him and the guy he was fighting, they just like beat the crap out of each other.
That was crazy.
What do you got in your next one?
This is the last pack, but we got some two up and coming rookies. It's Ruiz from the A's,
Very nice.
and
Oh yeah.
then Yoshida.
How do you think he did as his first year with the Red Sox?
He did good. He wanted to come here.
hmm So, and then I got looking at this next one, I got a Mike Zunino catcher. I remember him. He's like a traveler. He's been all over the place. And then look at this one. I got a very young New York Yankee, Nathan Eovaldi.
Whoa,
hmm And then I got the legend himself, Joe Mauer.
he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he deserves it for sure. So
Yeah,
yeah, but what else do you got?
that was my last pack.
That was your last pack?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got a couple
So
other. Go ahead,
the the,
go ahead, go ahead.
the biggest hits was Joey Weimer, this refractor number 177 out of 274.
Yeah,
This four card, and then Yoshida and Ruiz.
very nice. And then I got a couple cards left. I got a Detroit
Ooh.
Tiger, JD Martinez.
Oh wow, that's a young one.
Yeah. I got Carlos Carrasco when he was originally with the Guardians.
I didn't know he was a Philly.
I kind of like when it was brought up, I knew it, but then before that, I didn't. But yeah. And then speaking of Phillies, we got Carlos Santana.
Oh,
Yeah.
he Scott Kenyon was playing video games and he apparently broke the TV. Carlos Santana.
Jeez. And then I got a Sean Doolittle, pitcher himself.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So since that was just the wrap up of the pack, so we're gonna talk a little bit about sports now. So since we
Oh
just
yeah.
opened some baseball, what are you looking forward to? Because opening day is right around the corner. We got a couple weeks.
Yeah, it is. Baseball always exciting time because that means summertime. It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And then
How
go
oh,
ahead, go ahead.
how do you feel about the Phillies getting rid of the Dollar Dogs?
Say that one more time. Oh yeah, Dollar Doghouse. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just the fans being the fans. Like some fans are just stupid and do stuff like that to mess it up for everything else, mess it up for everybody else.
Yeah.
hmm But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still the Phillies. People are still going to go out there and support. But I don't know if you see the new out of town scoreboard, or like they got rid of that, and you see the new scoreboard out in right field.
Oh yeah, it got a little bigger.
Yeah, what do you think of it?
They're making a lot of changes for that
Yeah.
2025 All-Star game.
Yeah, I like that it looks a lot more futuristic. I feel like this stadium, it's always iconic. There's gonna be like the scoreboard change was needed. That looks amazing. And the scoreboard in right field, that's all right. I'm not you always like the out of town scoreboard, but I feel like
Hmm.
the changes they're making aren't making the stadium worse. They're keeping them the same, but they make it look a little bit more futuristic, you could say.
Oh yeah.
hmm And then switching back to some football, we had a lot of releases today, especially from the Bills, which was a shocker to say the least. Some of the guys they released.
Jordan Poyer, that's a big one.
hmm And not only that, they released Jordan Poyer, Mitch Morse, Naheem Hines, uh, Deontay Harris, and biggest of all, Tre'Davious White, which I thought that was a shock to me. I was like, wow, I can't believe they just did that.
Well, they've restructured Von Miller.
Oh wow. And then they got Gabe Davis and Micah Hyde are both free agents for them, so their team could look completely different next year.
Wow.
It's actually insane. And then we had the Eagles releasing Avante Maddox. What did you think of that move?
I kind of wanted Maddox to stay here earlier in the year. We were talking about that, but he really hasn't played much because he's always been hurt and stuff.
Definitely. And then let's see here. So we
Um,
had go.
Zach Ertz got signed to the Commanders
Yeah, that
on
was
a
the
1 year deal.
that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, bro. When I saw that, I was like, bro, what is he thinking? Like, obviously he could possibly be the starting tight end there, and for his age, that's good. But being an Eagle for so long, that's the team you choose. Like, if it would have been the
Yeah,
Cowboys, obviously I would have been more pissed. But at least it's still the Commanders. Like, it's in division. Like, I don't know what he was thinking with that move because it's like at the end of the day, at his age, he was in the right fit with the Lions. Like, they could have won the Super Bowl, and like I don't know why he tried not signing with a team that actually could win the Super Bowl.
yeah. The Commanders. That was. I don't know. I think he thinks he's gonna get traded halfway through the year.
Yeah. Speaking of guys who could get traded, do you think Stephon Diggs could be a trade deadline candidate with all the Bills moves that are happening?
Um, he could be. I know there's some. Him and Josh Allen were going at it for a little bit.
Yeah. Because it's like he's been frustrated all these years, and the Bills, if they suck the first half, he's definitely going to consider it because he's getting up in age too, and he wants to win that Super Bowl. That's why he went to the Bills to give Josh Allen
Yeah.
that elite receiver. In those first couple of years, they were one of the deadliest connections I could ever see. But then it was like the second half of this year, they just seemed less connected, and it translated to the playoffs.
In the playoffs, Josh Allen threw a nice deep ball to Diggs, and it was right through his hands. He
Yeah,
should
it's
have called it.
just seems like he's getting to his head too much.
What about the Russ cut for the Broncos?
That's not a surprise. They saw that that was a terrible move for them, and now that set up the Seahawks for the future. So
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, and then with that, it's like I think they're gonna try. It's tough though because now they're in salary. Their salary cap is terrible now with releasing him,
Oh
and
yeah,
I don't know what they're gonna do because this team is like so weird. It's in the middle of contending and it's in the middle of tanking. It's like it's the mediocre team. Like you don't know what to do with them. This is a team you either tear apart completely, like rebuild, or a team you add a few pieces and see if you can at least get second or third in the AFC West. Because now the Chargers with John Harbaugh, they're a serious threat to make the playoffs next year. I don't think they'll win the division, but I think they could easily get second place in that AFC West next year because that is the right coach for Herbert because he won't Harbaugh no matter what will support him and he will get the best out of him every single week.
Harbaugh's gonna be great fit for the Chargers, and the Raiders aren't looking over. Can't look over them. They have a nice squad.
Yeah. Do you think Devontae Adams could get traded this offseason or do you think he stays depending on what they do at the draft?
Um, it's in he's going to the Jets, but everyone wants to go to the Jets to play with Aaron Rodgers. So
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That's the only place I could really see him going because he has such a good connection with Rodgers. That would be a place he'd be comfortable going with, knowing the play style of Aaron Rodgers, and it would be a good fit. And I honestly think that would be the only way the Jets could really contend in the AFC East because their roster last year I didn't think was the best. Like before the season, and I had them as a second or third place team. I haven't had them winning the division. And you saw without Rodgers, it made a difference because and at the end of the day, even if Rodgers plays, who knows how good he's going to be or not? Like he's getting up there in age. It's not like he's a 25-year-old, 26-year-old quarterback.
Yeah, fresh from Cal.
Yeah, definitely. And then
Philly's
so
infielder Brad Miller signed with the San Diego Padres.
talking with the Padres, he's moved around ever since he left the Phillies. He was a legend here. I loved him.
Yeah,
He was a beast.
when he played Chicago and he hit like 3 or 4 home runs that
Mhm.
game.
Yeah, and his parents were there, which was so cool. So
That's when we had the hats at the time, so he had a couple hats on.
yeah, I remember that. I was awesome. That was awesome. So
And he the bamboo when he brought the hat into the the
mhm.
clubhouse.
Yeah, when he first got traded here in 2019, because originally he got traded here the year we signed Harper, then he left, then came back. So yeah, but let's see here. Hockey, we talked about that. Hopefully the Flyers if they do make moves, they make the correct moves to still keep this young core intact, but maybe adding a piece or two to help them get that playoff push to the end. And
I just
then
read that Travis Konechny was a full participant today in practice.
yeah, that could be the piece they need because at the end of the day, he's a veteran and he's been amazing this season. It feels like every shot he's taken, like everything is working for him. That's the reason why he's probably either the best or the second best player this season for us.
I think he's the best player for us.
Yeah, I
He
think Owen Tippett can make a consideration because he's had a monster season, but Konechny has been really, really good.
yeah, TK, you can tell you're missing him because they've been shaky lately. But with him, he's always in front of the net, getting
Hmm.
those loose pucks in.
Definitely. But any other things you want to mention about sports or anything at all?
Just want to shout out my boy Joey Mullen.
Sir, give you a shout out on Monday, so might as well return it back. So
Yeah.
yeah, but any other takes you want to talk about or anything about that?
We can talk about like a little baseball because that's coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. Let's see here.
Do you think Abel's gonna make the team? Make Abel pitcher?
It's tough. I think like especially if we sign like a pitcher here sooner or later, it's gonna be tough for him to like crack the rotation or even the bullpen because I feel like the bullpen mostly staying intact for except for really like Craig Kimbrell leaving. It's tough because like once you have something intact and you keep the players around there, you don't want to like break it up too much because you want to keep the chemistry like still meshed well, so it's able to be like so there's no like struggles or anything or miscommunications like stuff that new teammates would have to struggle with.
Yeah, because they kind of know the role. Like some of the closers are Alvarado and Sir Anthony.
Yeah, what do you think of Alvarado possibly being the closer?
Who?
Alvarado.
Oh, Alvarado. He throws that heat. So
Hmm.
he's always Kirk might be consideration for closer.
Yeah. I hope he plays well because I see a lot of potential in him, and as long as he can control everything and don't let the pressure get to him, he could be possibly one of the best bullpen pitchers in this rotation.
He climbed up the rankings fast. I think he
Yeah.
came up in a year, matter of time. It was
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. And then I got to ask you this: if the season started today, what would be your 1 through 9 lineup?
Um, Trey Turner. We'll go Bryson Stott two, Bryce three, Schwarber four, JT five, Bohm six. No, Castellanos six, Bohm seven, Marsh Marsh eight, and left fielder or Whitmire nine.
Yeah, Merrifield.
Yeah, Merrifield.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like Rojas he'll make the roster, but I don't think he should be one of the top guys. I feel like he should start on the bench this season. Let him get in a couple games, see how he does, and if he's playing well, get him in the starting lineup. Because the only real position I see changing there is It's between Merrifield and Rojas, and they might have Marsh come out against the when they face a lefty. But I feel like Marsh. This is the season he can develop into being a player that you want to keep in. Like he's a because like that's what Bryson Stott turned into last year. They were afraid to play him against lefties, but last year he was smacking baseballs, lefty righties. It did not matter for him, and I feel
Yeah,
like
he was.
Marsh could be able to do that this year if they give him the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, I don't get the whole like not playing against the lefty. Just let them play.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. But anything else you want to talk about for
Uh,
baseball?
yeah, we can talk about all the teams. Like, but the Yankees, they got Soda this off season. That's a nice
Yeah,
move.
he's starting to rake too.
How do you think he's gonna fit in their lineup?
I feel like he's going to be in. I feel like in that ballpark, especially in the his play style, if he can stay with that confidence and play like he did, like towards the end of his Nationals career, like when he was with the Nats before he got traded to the Padres, he was playing good. If he could play like that, but even better, he could be possibly up for AL MVP because Shohei's out of that division now. So I would not be surprised if the MVP goes to a Yankee this year between Judge and Soto.
And Stanton got himself in better shape, so he might be
Hmm.
getting better.
And you can't forget about Verdugo. He's still a great hitter.
Oh yeah, that was a good
And they got that pitching rotation intact.
that pitching rotation. If Cole can play pitch well, they'll have a good shot to go far.
Yeah, definitely. But anybody, any other team you want to talk about in particular? Or?
The Padres losing Soto, you think that's gonna hurt them or something?
I feel like it's going to be a type of season where they're just going to be an up and down team. They might have some good stretches, some bad stretches, but at the end of the day, they're not going to be a playoff contending team. They just don't have the roster. They have Soto or they have Machado, Tatis, and Bogarts, but other than that, they got Sung Kim, who's good. Don't get me wrong, but other than that, it's a bunch of guys who still need a lot of potential and guys who are also veterans. So
Jake Cronenworth's a good utility man. I don't think he's
yeah,
like not a superstar.
yeah, but it's like it's different. It's like I feel like Bogarts signing with them, I felt like it messed with everything they had there.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like you saw it the year before. They had the same exact team, and then they added Juan Soto and looked even better. But then they get Bogarts and get this like big four, and then they look worse.
I think they think they need to play more than they do, like better than they do, but
Yeah.
they just play their own game.
And what it's going to come down to is how Tatis plays. Depending on how he plays, is how the Padres season is going to go. Because Machado, I still think is a superstar because he's getting the big buck. So, but Tatis is like the running mate next to him. Like how he plays will control how this Padres team is as a whole.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Hmm.
What's your 1 through 9 for the Phillies?
My 1 through 9, I got Schwarber at leadoff. I just like
Oh my god.
either way, he's just like you can just having that threat of him hitting a home run first pitch. I can't take that away. I know he strikes out a lot, but I like him at one. Then I got Turner. I got Harper. Bro, I like Stott in the cleanup, bro, because he can either he can get a big hit for you or just knock the ball out of the park. I got JT 5. I'm liking Bohm this year. I got him at 6.
Oh yeah.
Castellanos 7. I got I'm gonna put Marsh at 9 because he's the type of person who can flip a lineup. Like he can get a huge hit and then set up Schwarber to possibly hit like a 2-run homer in the next like when he's up.
Yeah.
And then I'll take Merrifield slash Rojas at 8.
I think Merrifield's gonna get more time than Rojas.
Yeah, because he's more an experienced guy, and depending on how he plays, it's gonna just and this is a prove it year for Rojas. He got called up last year. He was the rookie in Double A and got to play in the NLCS, and now he's coming this year with a little bit of pressure on him because he did not perform, and was one of the main reasons why we lost to the Diamondbacks. And now with somebody probably taking his job at Merrifield who has that experience and has been an All Star, depending on how he plays, is how Rojas is going to treat things during the season.
Do you think Marsh is playing center or Merrifield?
I like Marsh, or I think it's going to flip flop because Marsh is an incredible outfielder.
I would put him at left and Merrifield in center.
Yeah, I don't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter for me because I know they can both play the position very well. So,
Oh yeah.
but what it's going to come down to this season for the Phillies, I think, is how the young guys play. If Stott continues to take the step he did last year and expands this year, he's going to be one of the top second basemen in the league, top 5, top 10 possibly. You
Oh
got
yeah.
Bohm. If he develops the power this year and is able to do that, sky's the limit for him. He could be possibly one of the best third basemen in a couple years. And then Brandon Marsh, like I said, if he's able to hit against lefties and righties consistently, that's only going to help his he's only going to help his confidence and make the lineup around him more fun to hit around. Like it's going to go 1 through 9. It's going to look like an all-star team if these young guys can start to produce at a exponential level.
Oh yeah. This team, they're gonna have their ups and downs, but hopefully more ups.
Yeah, definitely. But any other teams you want to talk about or anything else you want to talk about in sports as a whole?
The Eagles. What do you think they're gonna draft with 22nd pick?
I honestly think we should either take, depending on what happens with Reddick, is going to tell us a lot. But looking at it right now, I either think we should take a pass rusher or a corner. I'm liking either Kool Aid McKinstry or Chop Robinson.
Um, I think a Sweat from Texas is gonna be good.
Yeah, I like him too.
You
But
You think Bryce Young's gonna have a better year than he did last year?
you said Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I feel like, in my opinion, it's going to come down to how they assess this offseason. If they get him the number one receiver they need the tight end. If they build, because the defense, as long as they keep the young guys there, because they franchise tag Brian Burns, so he's back. If they build that offense enough for Bryce Young, he can make strides this season. I don't see them winning the division. I just think the Bucs, the Saints, the Falcons, if they get better, they stand no chance. But if they can get players in there for Bryce Young to make strides, then I think he stands a chance as being because it's already been decided. CJ Stroud looks like the better pick already, and now it's Bryce Young's job to see if he can be anywhere close to Stroud because Stroud is just an amazing quarterback and could possibly be a top a top like 5 QB in the NFL when it's all said and done. Like in his prime, he could be a top 5, possibly top 3 QB.
He played well in the playoffs.
That's what really opened the eyes to a lot of people because rookies they can play well during the regular season and they make that playoff push, but just to dominate the Browns the way they did and how he looked because he played the Ravens and it's always tough going on the road, so he'll get used to that. But just to have the playoff experience they did, and especially for D'Amico Ryans, this is only going to help him even more because it shows that you could be a defensive minded coach and still run a great offense, which they did because C.J. Stroud is amazing. Nico Collins is a like leveling superstar. Tank Dell, an amazing rookie before he got hurt. You got
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz, who was a great pickup. Damian Pierce, he could work it all, but I honestly think they're gonna go get like a Saquon Barkley or somebody like that to really help the offense, which I think would be insane. And then if they get a number 3 receiver, that offense is going to be unstoppable. And they play in the weakest division in the AFC. So it's going to be, I feel like they're going to be the consistent winners as long as they make the right moves this offseason.
You said Gabe Davis was a free agent earlier, so he could go there, make a
Yeah,
nice.
that would be a great fit for them.
And Swift, you think he's coming back? Because he played well in our offense.
I think he deserves the money, but I think we should be able to give it to him because he's such a young running back, and you see the running back market. It's not that high. You could pay him on the low for like 2 3 years and like give him that money, and he could stay because this offensive line is still intact. You're losing the best center probably in NFL history in Kelsey.
Uh, he's definitely the best
Yeah.
best center.
But you're able to move Jurgens over there possibly and get a right guard in the draft or free agency or via trade. You still have this offensive line intact and Swift. As long as Kellen Moore uses him more than this whatever the offense was last year, I think that's all that's going to matter because you barely saw him in the receiving end because he is a good receiving back. I don't know how many people know that, but I've seen highlights of him when he was with the Lions. He is a good receiving back, and I feel like he should be out there more than he was because you saw it last year with in there for like first and second down, and even the first or second quarter, and then they would completely take him out of the game and make it so obvious what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing last year because Gainwell was in there earlier. It was confusing.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, he's a good running back, but Swift was your number one guy, and you got nothing for him, so you might as well use. He Swift should have been at least a 1,500 yard rusher. The fact that he was only 1,000 yard rusher, like he only got it like the second to last week of the season, is sad.
You you said I think Tyler Steen can slide right in there, and they're not going to need to get a right guard in the draft.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Tyler Steen.
Yeah, he played well a couple times he was in.
Yeah, I would be interested to see that because I could see him as possibly the replacement for Lane Johnson when it's all said and done. Because I
I think
like,
that's why they got him.
yeah, because him having the ability to move around is only going to help this team more and more. So
The offensive line, Jeff Stoutland and maybe assistant Jason Kelsey is gonna have that offensive line sweet.
yeah. Mhm. But any other points you want to talk about for the football or any sports in as a whole?
You can just end it by Jason Kelsey's his Super Bowl speech. How'd you feel about that?
Uh, I just felt like that embodied what that Super Bowl meant to the city of Philadelphia. What he put into that speech, it just shows how meant it's meant to the city and how this changed the land. It's like changed the landscape of sports in Philly because they finally got it. They finally got that trophy, and Kelsey was the forefront of it.
51 years waiting for that,
Yeah, and it
and
was
and
well
they've
worth.
been there
It was
so many
well.
times at Reed.
Yeah, it was well worth it too because no better accomplishment than beating Brady at his own game.
Yeah, and the Philly special, probably the
Mhm.
biggest play in Super Bowl history.
Oh, definitely, because you could just see how it changed the landscape of the game. To go for it on fourth down and up three, get the ball in the second half. People thought that was a stupid decision, but the guts to run that play and to do it in that type of manner is going to be one of the most remembered Super Bowl moments in the history of the NFL.
They practiced it for the Minnesota game, but they didn't need it.
Yeah, thank God they didn't do it during the Minnesota game.
Yeah, but Merrill Reese, there's like a little on the Eagles YouTube about him saying that he didn't want them to go for it on fourth down. He just wanted to kick.
Uh, at the end of the day, everything worked out and we got the trophy. So,
Thank God we got a Kelsey.
hmm yeah, definitely. Any other things you want to mention, or?
Nah,
All right. Well, this is going to wrap up this segment today. Thanks for coming on again, Spino, and
anytime.
not obviously next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday we'll be back. It'll be some packs, chatting it up. But that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night.